already. So he's off Mufasa, he off the I can't use him for the fantasy no more because my friend is off. So I gotta find somebody else. Gotta go back to Lenny Kravitz. Looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron Pierre, Teyana. Aaron Pierre, that's Teyana.
Stop for a moment and imagine this. You wake in the middle of the night, the house quiet, the air still. You roll over, stretch your hand to the other side of the bed, expecting warmth, only to find a cold, empty space. At first you think nothing of it. Maybe your partner just slipped away to grab a glass of water, maybe they're checking on the kids. But as your hand lingers on that untouched sheet, reality creeps in. It's not warm because they've only just left. It's cold because they're gone. The bags are packed. The keys are taken. The door has already shut behind them, leaving nothing but silence and an echo of absence. That was the nightmare Teyana Taylor woke up to, a nightmare that quickly became a headline, then a storm of gossip and speculation across the internet. This wasn't a fiery breakup with screaming through the halls or doors slammed in anger. It wasn't messy in the way we expect Hollywood splits to be. It was worse, quiet, deliberate, calculated. The kind of ending that leaves no room for a fight, no words exchanged, no chance to ask why. Just a folded piece of paper with 3 words: I need space. From the outside looking in, their relationship was one of those rare love stories that fans believed in. They seemed to have cracked the impossible code, 2 people in the chaos of Hollywood making it work. They walked red carpets with matching outfits, looked effortlessly in sync in interviews, laughed together on live TV, and shared family moments that went viral in seconds. They were the couple that reminded people love could thrive even under the brightest, most unforgiving lights. And yet, as the world cheered them on, cracks were spreading quietly behind the perfect smiles and polished images. Cracks no one noticed until the entire foundation collapsed. For years, Teyana was known for her raw honesty. Whether on stage, in her music, or in interviews, she had a way of letting people see her soul, not just her surface. That authenticity was why her fans loved her. So when they began noticing subtle changes, captions about exhaustion, cryptic notes about being tired, stretches of silence between posts, they knew something was brewing. Her smile, once effortless, now seemed practiced, like it was struggling to reach her eyes. At first, people chalked it up to work stress, maybe the weight of another project on her shoulders. But those closest to her whispered otherwise. They said the problem wasn't her career. It was her relationship. Aaron too was changing. Paparazzi shots that once captured him gazing at Teyana with admiration now revealed something colder. He still posed, still smiled for the cameras, but his body language betrayed him. The protective hand that once rested on her back stayed buried in his pocket. His eyes didn't linger on her with the warmth they used to. Fans saw it immediately. Why does Aaron look so distant? Someone tweeted after their last joint appearance. Another comment under the photo simply said, "It's giving stranger energy." The signs were all there, but even with those whispers, no one could have predicted the way he would choose to leave. That night started out like any other. They had dinner together, shared laughs with the kids, curled up on the couch to watch a movie. Teyana rested her head on his shoulder and drifted to sleep, believing tomorrow would be just another day. But Aaron wasn't asleep. Wide awake, he moved like a man on a mission. He slipped quietly out of bed, opened the closet, and pulled out a duffel bag he had hidden away. One by one, his belongings disappeared. Shirts, the cologne she loved, even the watch she gave him for his birthday. He worked in silence, careful not to wake her, careful not to leave a trace of the noise inside his heart. When he was done, he placed the note on the dresser, glanced around one last time, and left without a sound. Morning came, and with it the heavy silence. When Teyana reached across the bed, his side was cold. She checked the closet only to find it half bare. At first she told herself he must have left early for work, maybe in a rush. But then she saw the note. Just 3 words: I need space. That was all it took for her chest to collapse. She sat there frozen, staring at the folded paper, holding it as though it might vanish before her eyes, as though losing the note would erase even the small, bitter piece of him he left behind. The tears came soon after, and with them the realization that this wasn't about space. This was about betrayal. Not the betrayal of infidelity or broken promises shouted in anger, but the betrayal of silence, of slipping away without so much as a conversation. Her heartbreak didn't stay private for long. Within hours, she posted a black screen on Instagram with words that hit like a knife. Funny how people claim to love you then disappear. That was all it took. The internet lit up. Hashtags like #PrayForTeyana and #WhereIsAaron trended across platforms. Thousands of fans speculated, searching for answers. Some condemned Aaron as heartless. Others whispered maybe Teyana had driven him away, but all agreed. Something had imploded behind closed doors. Insiders close to her revealed she was blindsided. She didn't see it coming, didn't believe Aaron was planning anything like this. That was what hurt the most. Not just that he left, but that he left in silence. According to one source, she cried for hours, combing through memories in her mind, trying to pinpoint when exactly he checked out of their love. Was it weeks ago? Months? Had he been halfway gone all along? Meanwhile, Aaron was spotted just a day later, checking into a downtown hotel. Paparazzi swarmed him, cameras flashing, voices shouting questions. Why did you leave her like that? Are you two done for good? Is there another woman? He said nothing. Just ducked his head and pushed past the crowd, lips sealed. His refusal to answer only poured gasoline on the flames of speculation. The rumors came fast and harsh. Some claimed Aaron couldn't handle the pressure of being with someone so powerful and adored. Others insisted there was another woman, someone he'd been quietly seeing even as he played house with Teyana. Then there were those who believed he simply cracked under the weight of expectations and chose the coward's exit instead of facing the truth. Fans split into camps. Some furious, calling him selfish, others skeptical, suggesting maybe he had reasons no one else could see. One blog comment read, "Aaron selfish. Real men don't just run away in the middle of the night." Another shot back, "Maybe Teyana's not the angel y'all think she is. Maybe he had his reasons." But none of that mattered to Teyana. The truth was simpler, she was broken. 4 days she disappeared from social media. No posts, no updates. When she finally returned, her face told the story better than words. Puffy eyes. Forced smiles. Captions about healing, protecting her peace. Fans saw through it all. They flooded her comments with love, reminders that she deserved better, pleas for her to stay strong. And then a revelation that deepened the wound surfaced. A friend of Aaron's revealed anonymously that his exit wasn't sudden. He had been planning it for weeks. Quietly, he moved belongings out of the house little by little so she wouldn't notice. By the time he walked out that night, most of his essentials were already gone. That detail transformed the heartbreak into something even darker. It wasn't impulsive. It wasn't the result of one fight or a breaking point. It was premeditated. For weeks he had smiled at her, kissed her goodnight, laughed with their kids, all while secretly preparing to leave. Imagine lying next to someone who has already decided to abandon you. Imagine the coldness required to hold their hand in public while knowing soon you'd let it go forever. That's what she was left to face. Still, if there's one thing people know about Teyana, it's that she doesn't stay down for long. Slowly, she began to pick herself back up. Paparazzi caught her walking with her children, holding their hands tight, shielding them from the chaos. Friends said she leaned on her family, cried at night but forced herself to push forward in the daylight. But questions lingered like shadows. Why did Aaron really leave? Was it fame? Was it another woman? Or was it simply that he didn't have the strength to be honest? For now, no one knows. His silence speaks louder than any explanation could. And maybe that's why this story cuts so deeply. Because the end didn't come with a bang, but with a whisper. No shouting matches. No shattered glass. Just absence. Just silence. Sometimes the worst kind of heartbreak isn't loud. It's the quiet unraveling, the slipping away of someone who once felt like home. The truth is, Teyana probably saw the signs even if she refused to believe them. The late replies to texts. The distant eyes. The touch that no longer lingered. She brushed them off, told herself he was tired, stressed, preoccupied. She held on, believing love could withstand the chill. What she didn't know was that Aaron had already let go. Long before she realized she was holding on alone, he had made his decision. That's the cruelest kind of heartbreak. It isn't the words shouted in anger, it's the words left unsaid. It's the silences between conversations, the long pauses, the empty spaces. It's the quiet retreat of someone who once promised forever. One day they're beside you holding your hand and the next they're gone. No closure. No reason. Just emptiness where love used to live. Now the world waits. Will she ever share her side? Will he ever step up and explain? Or will both bury the story, leaving the world to speculate forever? It's easy to look at red carpet photos and curated Instagram feeds and think we know. But behind every perfect picture are cracks we never see. Lonely nights, broken promises, whispered fights. Maybe that's why this ending hurts more than most. Because it wasn't messy, it wasn't loud. It was quiet. And sometimes silence is the loudest betrayal of all. In a world of flashing lights, constant noise, and endless commentary, sometimes what hurts the most isn't that it ended. It's that it ended without a word. Without a fight. Without a reason. Just silence. And silence can be deafening.